we are looking at fear. Now, fear is one of those things that can feel a bit awkward and difficult to look at, but the Bible doesn't shy away from difficult or awkward things. Now, in the psalm, we very much look at how God supports the psalm writer in a time of fear. But God can also use fear really powerfully, like in our New Testament reading. We are looking at the time where Saul met Jesus. And Saul was quite an angry person, and he decided that he was always right and everybody else was always wrong. And that involved him giving the Christians a really hard time. But Jesus met with Saul and proved him wrong. And Saul became Paul, and one of the greatest influences in the early church. He really, really made a massive difference. So we're going to remember that today in our craft. Go on then, Rich.
Here we go. So you're going to need 2 yellow circles.
Here we go.
1 white circle.
Yeah.
1 orange circle.
Yeah.
Scissors.
Yeah.
A scrap of white paper.
Ah, I've got that here.
Good, good. Glue and pens.
I'm all set up and ready to go.
Oh,
so,
sorry, right, okay.
Step 1.
Okay. Draw an angry emoji on the yellow circle.
Okay, so the trick with emojis I've worked out is not to draw the eyes too high up. So here we go. And this leaves lots of room, some really angry eyebrows.
They do look quite angry.
And then we can have an angry face. Okay, so this is Saul, often angry. Okay.
Lovely.
Now we need to draw Paul, often happy.
Is that like draw a happy face on a second yellow circle?
Yes, that is indeed that instruction. Now this is where you can use a scrap of white paper, but you don't have to, because our happy face might want some teeth.
Ooh. Not angry teeth.
Not angry teeth, no, happy teeth. So, just gonna.
Oh, put in some white cards to brighten up the teeth
out.
a bit. Yeah, that's clever.
So,
The emoji's like some kind of model, isn't it?
and glue. And that can just go there.
Wow.
Okay, our emoji's got teeth. So there's our happy and our angry faces. Step 2.
Right. Fold all 4 circles in half.
Now the faces need to be folded in half, so the face is in the middle and like this, probably a bit straighter than that. So the face is like that.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll do that with this one and this one and the white one, and then the orange one you'll see I've folded already and started the next step. It will come clear while I've done this in a minute. But you draw 4 half circles like this on your orange card.
Oh, it's going to make some flashy effect, I think.
We are going to make some flashy effect. And now we need to cut these 4 little half circles out. Okay.
This reminds me of the old wordie of Look and Read back from like 1982, but that might be a bit early for some people doing this.
Many people are old enough to remember that, Richard.
Okay.
Okay, so step 3, Richard.
Okay, stick the orange explosion to the white circle and then stick the angry face and the happy face to the back of the white circle and to your journal. Right, let's do one thing at a time. So stick the orange thing on so it looks
Cheated,
nice.
you'll find out about this writing in a minute.
Yeah, good.
Okay,
That's the
so
explosion.
I want the angry face on this side.
Oh, I got you.
Okay.
Angry face.
So I'm just going to glue.
With your glue stick.
Yes, you should have a glue stick in your craft kit if you've got a church
If you
craft.
didn't have a glue
kit.
stick, you'd probably whack some sort of sellotape on the corner and sort of bodge it on.
You could, or you could staple it if you had staples.
Oh yeah, even better staple, isn't it?
Okay. So here we go.
So, oh, look at this.
So now I've got these two, I've got a yellow circle at the back.
Yeah, I got
And I'm
you.
going to glue these, and I'm going to glue this into my journal, or you could use a folded piece of paper if you haven't been making a journal so far.
Okay, I think even I could do this craft. And
Okay.
that's quite a low bar.
So,
actually. Right.
Angry Paul, explosion, or Angry Saul, explosion, Happy Paul.
Oh, very good.
Okay, and we're going to find out more about this in step 4.
Step 4.
So, step 4, if you would like to skip this step, or the first part of this step, you can, because you need to do a lot of writing. You need to write Acts 9 verses 4 and 5, I should have put that on here, which is, he fell to the ground and heard a voice say to him, Saul, Saul, why do you persecute me? Who are you, Lord? Saul asked. I am Jesus who you are persecuting, he replied. So this is the reason that angry Saul changed to Happy Paul.
Very good.
Okay, so we've got one step left. We are going to write Saul on one side of our journal and Paul on the other. And we're going to write what we know about Saul. So I'm going to write that Saul was feared by Christians. I'm going to write that he was mean and cruel. I'm also going to put angry. Okay, so this is what we know about Saul, things that I know about Saul. You could also draw Saul here if you wanted to do that instead of writing. And then on this side, we're going to either draw or write about Paul. So I'm going to write and say he was loved by Christians. I'm going to squeeze Christians in.
It'll fit.
He was generous and loving. Now this change happened because Saul met Jesus, which was quite a scary experience for Saul, but it stopped him being feared by the people and turned him into somebody who was loved. And that is today's journal craft.
Yay.